Articell versus Sako. This is one of the ladder games. Let's see.
Yeah, Sako, of course, a big favorite here. But imagine he loses. Like, there's already stakes, right? Like, imagine you lose your first game here as Sako. Every win, very precious, guys. This is a 4-hour ladder period. And once the time is up, you can no longer queue. We're going to tally all the results. So every game matters. You can only fit in so much. And look at this, guys, the tournament spectator client. Let's go over this, Rooster. What do we have?
Oh, we have so many new features. I mean, you can now see the specialists all around the bottom. You can see the money that these guys have. You can see how much investment they have into their armies and like how much total HP I think those units have combined. There's even more stuff on the left and the right. You can see what units they're going to be buying, what techs they're going to be buying. You can see what spells they took, what the cooldown is, and I mean, during the battle phase, it'll get even more crazy.
That's right. You can see as well who is the biggest backer. It seems like Yes Win Big has put 4 tickets on Sako, so he's currently the biggest voter. But if you vote more tickets, you'll overtake him and become the biggest backer. So that's also a fun little thing we've added. Thanks to the publisher and the developer, we've gotten this tournament spectator client. Finally, this is long overdue. This viewing experience is going to be amazing.
And have a look at this, by the way. I mean, we're of course very excited about the tournament client and this new UI, but look at Sako's board. We had a very small patch yesterday, which only introduced balance changes to the Void Eye. It now has a little bit more range, but importantly, for the very first time in Mechabellum, we have a zero-cost tech. So you can just click this on round 1 and not miss any deployments, and that's what Sako did. He starts Void Eye, clicks at Absorption, gains 40% hit points, and then of course he starts with double Arclights as a purchase and those Sledgehammers from his pack.
And it's such a weird thing to do in Standard, I feel. This is like, I feel like he's never done this before and he's just trying it now, which is kind of crazy.
I think he just picked because, again, we know Sledgehammer is like S tier for defensive players, that type of thing, but it's not bad, to go Void Eye with the Absorb. It's really just nice free stats for the first couple rounds, and then later on you can just build whatever units you want.
Yeah, that's true. It's just so low commitment, and the HP pool ain't bad. Honestly, like, they're pretty good against some of the early starting units as well, like Hound stuff. Okay, so guys, you see this countdown here? That is showing the debuff timer, and when it runs out, it shows you how much damage took place during that 9-second debuff. So 3,700, maybe not the best debuff there. But yeah, that can be really interesting to see.
And let's maybe talk through what we see on the left and the right side of the screen as well. Okay, I mean, we're going to go into another deployment phase, so maybe it's a good thing to do that during the next battle phase. But yeah, there is plenty of information available on screen if you missed exactly what was going on previously.
Yeah, absolutely. And we can see actually a little blue glow on one of those marksmans, I believe it is. What is that, Rooster?
So this means that this is the best performing unit on the blue team. The red team also has access to this, but you have to cross a threshold of 20,000 damage dealt. And yeah, the red player will have a nice little red circle around their top performer.
That's right, and that can jump around. So if another unit does even better, then the hero will move to another unit. So it's just really cool to see in battle. You can really quickly see like which unit is most precious, and then when it dies, of course, that's a big moment. Speaking of which, we do have a missile strike on the hero, but I think the hero survives that, barely.
And we can see also, right, on the bottom, the left and the right side of that UI, you can now see the spells that the two players have picked. You will also be able to see when it goes on cooldown and how many rounds are left. Now we have Sako just going for a very tame round here, triple crawler. He didn't have any chaff yet, so that makes a lot of sense. And then we have a marksman and a crawler so far here for Artie.
Yeah, it's a pretty strange game so far, I think. I'm really curious to see if the Void Eyes are going to pay off. I mean, obviously there's like no commitment there, but like at the same time in Standard, I'm not sure how well those will do. That missile, oh my god.
Yeah, that is quite juicy on top of those Mustangs. And so let's briefly go over the battle phase UI here we've got on the left and the right side. What does it mean, Wonderboat?
So basically, it's sorted from top to bottom, right? So the marksman currently with the most damage on the left, 22,000. And below that, you can see the amount of kills it has. So of course, chaff unit's going to be a lot better at that. You can see the Mustang has 53. So pretty impressive there. The arc light's actually only getting 30 for Sako there.
Yep. And keep in mind, these are all of the arc lights combined. All of the Mustangs combined have dealt that much damage and killed that many units this round.
4 Fangs here, really nice. But there are the Giants as well. And of course, in a long-range battle, Vulcan's got to be tempting.
Yeah,
I think I'd go for the Fangs, maybe? I don't know.
It is hard to skip, isn't it? Like 4 deployments is such an insane amount.
It's at aggro Vulcan, by the way.
Yeah, that is rather spicy. No assault marksman on the bar. I would have loved to see like some Vulcan spawning assault marksman. That could be funny on aggro, but
yeah. Where is Sako's hero unit though? None of his able to do 20,000 yet. That's crazy.
Hey man, they're all small units. It's a well-oiled team. Teamwork is the dream work if you're on Sako's team, all right? Like everybody gets treated equally, everyone does the same job.
If he had like a Stormcaller, I think it would get it. Maybe this blue Arclight could be the hero. We'll see.
There also wasn't like that much hit points on the enemy field, right? Like all small units like Crawlers, Hounds, Marksman, Mustang. Now with the Vulcan, at least you might be able to farm some damage. Although I will say none of this board from Sako looks like it would enjoy fighting a Vulcan head on.
Yeah, very true. Could be a nice pickup here for Artie, maybe securing some tempo. Not sure if he'll keep the Vulcan. Of course, he could just sell it. It was just a unit reinforcement, but I don't know. He's going to need a tank line for these squishy Mustangs.
All right, well, let's see. I would presume that Artie is favored here on this round, thanks to that Vulcan. Should be extremely hard to take down. And of course, the Mustangs also have range now, so they're able to just survive that a little bit longer. You can see the Arclight stuck on the Vulcan. That's perfect, exactly what you want. Void Eyes, I will say, though, dealing some impressive damage.
I know, right?
And that Vulcan is just going to fall. Never mind, left side Tara debuff.
Oh, we had a hero for a short moment there in the Void Eye, but it fell. And yeah, this debuff is killer. 9,800 during that debuff. Quite good there.
Well, I guess I don't know what I'm talking about. Sako's still in the driver's seat, even though this looked like a nice Paraspike turn for Artie. Advanced targeting system picked up round 4 for Sako.
That's kind of crazy. I don't mind it since his tempo is okay, but it's like, yeah, I guess I like it because Mustangs are long range and it's a big, like Artie is in Marksman and he's in Mustangs, both long range units. And that means that there's no like rhinos charging into you. So range does have pretty big value.
And look at this. I love that, right? The Void Eyes now will be sitting at 110. So they're pretty safe, honestly, with the Sledgehammers at only 105. And yeah, Stormcaller's being picked up too. He is running the high explosive anti-tank shells, which on any other unit are called AP. Don't ask me why. But they did get buffed recently. And I really do like that buff. AP has been probably one of the things I click most.
Armor Vulcans. How many games has it been since you've seen that? Have I ever seen it?
Okay, well, weirdly enough, I have seen it, I think, pretty recently. I don't know why, but it is a rather uncommon tech, yes. All giants, in fact, have access to armor, which I think many people don't know, but the problem is like melters and fortresses and Vulcans, they've got so many other good techs, so it's hard to slot this in.
I'd like to fact check you, Rooster, if you don't mind. Abyss and Raiden don't have armor.
Oh yeah, true. I guess. Look, I'm just an OG player, all right, and an Abyss is a Titan, so.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, certainly not a giant. It's not like a giant specialist could unlock it for free or anything.
Hey, look, don't. I didn't code the game. Don't ask me, bro. Like that's not. Can't blame me for that.
All right, we'll let you have this one. I think the Stormcaller got the hero status, maybe, but it did fall. Sako getting a small win here. Still kind of a slow-paced game, I would say.
Yeah, but Sako is like just managing to inch out these wins round after round, and he has been picking the greedier cards, right? Because Artie already got his Paraspike. He's a marksman specialist. Didn't really do anything for him. Sako's sitting pretty at 4.2k hit points. And he's a supply spec. And he has advanced targeting system.
Yeah, that's really good point. Such nice scaling here. really just non-committal, finishing up his arc lines. Took those 4 Fangs earlier on, and yeah, at this point, you know, he could have gone into Melter, but picking up that Phoenix from the unit drop, going to be good against the Raiden, good against the Vulcans, and I think he's looking quite nice here.
Oh, there we have it. The AP on the
Ooh, yeah.
Stormcallers.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. It's just so low commitment. Like, you know, you could intercept it, but then we sell the storms, and it's like, you know, whatever.
It's like one of my favorite changes, I think, recently, because it actually has made a difference, and people are now starting to click this way more often into sabers and tarantulas, giants, especially, of course. This does so great into, and it can kind of allow you to get past the early game without needing like a really high level Phoenix or, you know, buying an early Melter.
Yeah, exactly. You can do it really early. Like, you can even quick supply, you know, immediately do it round 1 if you really want.
Yep. Okay, we're gonna get some shields because, of course, the missile strikes are back off cooldown.
But that blue Mustang gonna fall once again. Massive missile strike value. Such a great spell to pick up on round 2.
Yeah, very nice. I am a little bit worried though. I'm not convinced that Raiden goes down, but hey, I was wrong before. So
Ooh, the Vulcan's got the hero status. Oh, he's following though. Will it transfer to somebody else? Nope, nobody else has got 20k, I guess.
yeah, level 4 Phoenix is farming that damage stat so far, already up to 44k, and I do believe they'll be able to keep that. Raiden though potentially could scam.
Think
Phoenix
so. Here
is
comes
low
the
on hit
debuff.
points.
Zap, zap. There it is.
Yep.
Oh my god. Who's the hero now?
Well, the Raiden, clearly. But there's nothing else left alive on the board for Artie. So, I mean, hey, he's got a win on the board, but he's going to need much, much more before being able to win this game against Sako.
Yeah, I wonder if he can like go into Raidens and just keep trying to snipe the birds. Like, it's kind of difficult if Sako just ranges that bird, which he probably should. One thing living.
I mean, you could even like go into a different unit too, right? Like, you didn't really have to invest into this Phoenix at all. Got it for free. If he's scared that like he can't win that matchup with Phoenixes, he could even just like go, I don't know, into AA Marksman or
Yeah.
Mustangs.
That is very true. Portable shield picked up for Sako. Does he have a big boy to put that on? Oh, he's buying melters. Okay.
Ah, well, there it is. So indeed, he does sell out of Phoenix, doesn't trust it, and he's gonna go into melters now, which also has a lot of value against these beefy Vulcans with that 50% bonus HP.
No doubt. I don't know if we've mentioned it yet, but yeah, you can also see the equipment and the cards that are picked next to the profile, or I guess the specialist icons. That's also nice to keep track of. Obviously, equipment you can just manually find, but yeah, it's convenient to just have it in one spot, you know?
Yeah, so you can actually see now that RT went for an advanced defensive tactics.
Yeah, that's right. Big DPS, which is something he's going to need. Take down those melters. So the Phoenix was sold, yeah?
Yep, it's gone.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't mind that, I guess. I feel like it was totally fine to stay in Phoenixes, but you would need to, you know, get into like a range charge shot, and then you have to stress about the Raiden picking it off.
I like this play from RT though. Going for some wasps. You're expecting Sako to go for some single target DPS because of the Giants and the Raiden, so Wasp here does make a lot of sense. And that Raiden, I mean, it does hit pretty hard. Mustangs also starting to DPS significantly, as you can see them ticking up, overtaking the Raiden even.
Yeah, there they go, overpassing them. Tons of damage. I mean, they've picked up levels. No missile strikes available this round. The tower may go down. It's there. It goes. That's a 9-second debuff. You can see that ticking down in the upper left corner there. And then once it is done, it'll show you how much damage was done during that time. 42,000 is a big debuff.
That's a big chunk of Sako's army. And we do get another debuff. So this time around, Articell able to get another win. And those Mustangs, they're silently scaling.
Wow, Sako could be in trouble here in his first ladder game of the day.
And that's really not what you want, right? Like, you want to go off and start with a win. Just set you up nicely because, I don't know, even if you like take one loss, God forbid you take 2 losses in a row, and you still have to play like 3.5 hours or something, that's you know, not good.
Yeah, every win is really important. Like, you only have so much time, and you know, some games may take a long time too. You can get round 12 games, and this one has been very slow paced, so not very good EV, even if you do pull out the win, perhaps.
And do remind me, because how long is this open season format going to be running before we have our top 8?
It's going to be 2 play sessions. So we've got this week right now, and then next week as well. That will determine. So we get 8 players from this play session, and then 8 players in the next one.
Okay. That is very good to know. So you need to just perform today in these 4 hours. You don't get a second chance.
Exactly, yeah. Like, you really just want to crush it today. Get yourself a lock-in already. There's also an insight thing going on as well. Now, of course, that it's not easy to bet since you're constantly playing, but basically, like, while you're queuing, you can go load up a match and quickly bet, which is what Illuminati did, of course. And that will put you into a cash game, basically. The top 4 insights go into a cash game. So yeah, you're also incentivized to bet.
Oh, second attack enhancement here on round 7 for Artie. That is extremely helpful for his Mustangs. And we see a cheeky flank coming in for Sako with those sledgehammers, going to pull a significant amount of resources from Artie and allowing some insta-locks there with the melter.
That melter doing a bunch of damage here. You can see at the top. The Raiden's still doing well. It seems rather exposed. Thankfully, the melter more tempted by those Mustangs. And it's just picking things apart.
It really isn't interested until now, but that's too little too late. Been taken out by that level 3 Raiden. Are the Mustangs going to be enough, though? There does seem to be a significant amount of units left here for Sako. Tower level 2, so I think Sako will be able to pick up round 7.
It's looking like it, yeah. The melter gets the lock on. There we go. That debuff, inconsequential. And yeah, kind of doing decent damage finally. Okay, so a small correction. It's going to be just 8 players over the 2 play periods. So not 8 players for today and then 8 players next week. But yeah, just overall 8 players. And then that will be how they get into the round of 8 for the league following after these 2 play periods.
Good to know. Oh, improved firepower control system, by the way, on those level 3 Mustangs. That is
really good.
Nasty.
Yeah, that's going to raise them right to the top, assuming they can not only shoot chaff.
Now, Sledgehammer's getting sold, I believe, for Sako. He does have a redeploy as well, which he picked up earlier, but not using it just yet. I wonder, though, if you're Artie, are you going to protect those backline Mustangs, or are you just okay with them getting missiled over and over again?
Yeah, that's the question. I kind of like having a mobile beacon available, maybe. Try and dodge.
Oh, yes, I don't mind that. That seems like a nice option. Sako going to retrieve the crawler on the flank, so just kind of trying to get some resource investment out of RT.
Shielded wasps here. Certainly not useful against the melters, the shield aspect that is. I mean, sure, the wasps in general are good. There is Mustangs available, so we'll see. Adding more could be not quite the right move.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that was the correct play, but time will tell. We get AP on the Mustangs as well now, so that level 3 pack definitely packs a punch.
He actually lost a few Mustangs to the missile despite shielding it, so a little bit of inaccuracy there.
The fire.
Yeah, man. Oh, it's so good when you have melters to just light the ground on fire. I mean, sure, the wasps come in, keeping that Raiden alive for now. Raiden's going to get a nice shot here, but it doesn't matter. Here comes the lock on. And the debuff, and down it goes. Yeah. Is that just game?
Oh boy, yeah, that's it. Round 8. Sako with a win here in his first game. Going to be happy about that, and probably will just be queuing up. All right, ladder game between Sako and Tungdil. Winner will start to kind of build a lead here on the other competitors, and yeah, put themselves in a good spot to go on. What do you think of these packs?
I mean, the fortified spec is ton of HP. Now, Sako may want to play more slowly, pick up that training spec. And then for Tungdil, yeah, he's picking an aggro pack, but considering he doesn't play aggro, are we just going to see him play those in a defensive posture here up against the tarantulas.
Well, Tungdil was known, right, back when sabers were released, to play them in standard without
Oh
any
yeah.
trouble. In fact, he was one of the players that was like gaining the most success with that type of play. We are going to see tarantulas from Sako with an aggro opener. Speed spec, I think, one of the best specialists that you can get if you want to play tarantula. So love that already.
Yeah, that is quite nice. And yeah, it looks like just defense here. I think he would have gone aggro against like Stormcallers. Like not maybe not, but this is just a guess. Maybe he would against something more defensive.
Yeah, it could be. I think here though he's not in a bad spot, right? Like playing Saber into Tarantula is probably what you would wish for if you got to choose a matchup. At the end of the day, they are kind of meant to be the arch nemesis of Tarantula. So if he can just get these locks, get rid of the crawlers quick, then he might be in with a shot.
Yeah, there's only 2 crawlers, right? The hounds are like fairly close to those crawlers. I don't think the hounds will get stuck on the tarantulas or anything like that. So I'd probably give the edge to Tungdil here, but I mean the question mark is like the marksman, right? Like can they get good connects? Can they either shoot the hounds or shoot the sabers?
Ooh, okay. Good positioning for Tungdil here. Prevents the insta-lock onto his Saber, which could have made a world of difference. Instead, it's going to be the Saber locking onto the Tarantulas from Sako, taking one out immediately, now looking onto the other, and this is looking fantastic as a first round for Tungdil. We even managed to get over that 20k threshold in round 1 with a top performer here in that left side Saber.
Certainly quite a hero. The other one definitely not, only 2,500. Ooh, unit reinforcements here in this long range battle. Well, not that long range, but a little bit of space here. So I don't know. Do you ever take the Void Eyes?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, Void Eye isn't bad into like Saber. It does have decent DPS, but it feels hard to skip the Fangs. Like, you know that you probably want them down the line. And when they get offered a side stuff like Void Eye, which are just, you know, everyone's still kind of figuring out what they're supposed to do, I think this is the safest thing that you could go for.
Yeah, can't go wrong with Fangs. I feel like Tungdil is just obsessed with Fangs. You can see, like, he doesn't want them high at all. He loves these trickled in Fangs, just trying to kill the tarantulas and then, you know, leaving those marksmen just shooting Fangs at the end of the battle.
More Sabers being picked up here for Tungdil.
Yeah, I mean, a specialist is also going to give him one next round, and then he's got cheaper techs because that's what the specialist does, 50 cheaper. So yeah, there is some potential to have like really wide marksons here. And looking at the tech bar, no secondary armaments, so you know we could see him pick up probably all of them potentially, except for missile interceptor.
I am really looking forward to this line from Tungdil, though. This is not something that you see all that often. Obviously, you also need to have Sabertooth specialists to a certain degree, but yeah, this could be a lot of fun with the Sabers having access to those cheaper techs.
For sure. By the way, we can also press tab on the client there, and now it's showing the damage taken tab, which is again sorted top to bottom. So right now, Crawler's taking by far the most damage, but you can see Saber actually falling already, all 15k of its HP. And yeah, just a cool feature there.
Man, those spiders, though, they're taking heaps of damage on this round, almost 50k taken. And it's no surprise that those Sabers already are racking up 55k total.
Yeah, they're so efficient, and then he's gonna get his third one, or sorry, I guess fourth one here from his specialist. So yeah, I'm curious if Sako can manage to get through. Marksman, not really the best DPS. Like you can see the tarantulas actually did very close in damage to the marksman. Ooh, and the nano
Yeah,
as well. Oof.
Yeah,
Nasty.
that's not great. Into the Saber level 2. So the Sabertooth now should be able to one-shot the Tarantulas, I believe. Yeah, they can.
Yep.
That is scary. And as you said, typically you want to be pairing spiders with phoenixes because they're just higher DPS than marksmen. And so it can
Yep.
allow you to kind of lock onto the sabers and get rid of them before they start locking onto your tarantulas and, well, one-shot them.
Dude, I'm really nervous here. Like, did we add DPS? I think Sako just did like chaff and then range on Tarantula. Like his
Yeah,
turn
round
is
3
done.
ranges. Yeah, it's a bit of a setup turn, right? Like, it's not
It is.
that
He wants.
impressive, but
Yeah.
he might be able to keep his tarantulas, like, alive for a bit longer here with the addition of the chaff, the range.
So we're trying a bit of ag counter aggression here for Tungdil, eyeing out that right tower. Sako thankfully did add that crawler in the lower right, has the Fang poking his head out as well. So certainly not an instant debuff, but pretty cool to see Tungdil using both sides of the map here. And I also want to point out that next round is not a unit reinforcement since we did have it round 2. So, I mean, what is Sako going to do? It's like he needs another stall turn.
I mean, left side, Sako gets an insta-lock, so that's one saber gone.
Yeah, that's
Right
nice.
side, Tarantula, actually not even getting locked onto that saber, although the saber will be eyeing that Tarantula, so we'll have to wave goodbye to that guy.
Here's the Nano taking damage. He's going to be healing it back up. We can switch to the damage taken here, showing the blue hit points. That shows damage taken. You can see just healing all that up. No problem. Keeps taking more damage, but it's still full HP. And yeah, we need something to kill these sabers.
Tungdil off to as good of a start as you could wish for here, just crushing, really, getting the locks that he needs with the sabers. And you're wondering, what is Sako going to do? Is improved Phoenix?
These
Perhaps
cards.
all of them are improved. What? What are the odds of that?
Incredible. Yeah, it must be ultra low. I don't know, man. Like, you know, these top players, they really don't like to unlock giants manually. They really like to wait for those unit reinforcements. And yeah, we're just skipping here. I do like the double shot, but what concerns me is that we're not buying new marksmans as blue. So they got to earn that experience manually. And yeah, we'll just have to see because level 1's not a ton of DPS.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure I trust the double shot level 1 marksman to kill these level 2 sabers in time. Because
Certainly not the Nano.
sabers also have double shot now, so
Oh yeah.
they're gonna be crushing those tarantulas. And Chaff Deer was on the lower end for Tungdil, but he's now managed to range his hounds, so I think that'll get fixed soon as well, if he can manage to get some levels.
That's a good point. He bought 2 new hounds, or sorry, just 1 new hound. It's going in the flank. That pulls just 1 full pack, I think. I mean, that helps. I definitely agree with you that that could be the one saving grace here for Sako, right? So much chaff.
And the hounds currently can't one-shot crawlers, so that does make a big difference.
Yeah, it really does. Once again, we do get locks with marksmans here for Sako. He takes a saber on the left, a saber on the right, now parrying that counter aggression quite nicely here. But I'm just not sure the collapse is quite going to be here for Sako. And in fact, it looks like Tungdil punching through with those sabers. They actually seem kind of fast. Did he tempt speed? He did tempt speed. So yeah, just crushing on through here.
And level 2 saber, sadly, a little bit too tanky there for those marksmen to be able to take them down. And that's going to be more damage now going over to Sako. Starting to get dangerously low. Already lost half of his hit points.
Got some spells here. Tungdil pretty quickly took that Wasp Swarm. I actually really like that here. Whether you get the towers or not, even just having some meat against those double shot marks quite good. Sako taking his time.
And okay, we have that Wasp Swarm now for Tungdil. You can also see him buying more wasps of his own.
Yeah.
Really trying to punish the fact that Sako still needs to solve the DPS problem, and that likely will not involve a unit that's good into Wasp.
Yeah, cool move here. Sako going to be taking the Wasp Swarm spell himself. Curious to see where that will go. Neither player has placed it yet. Looks like Sako going to go deeper into those tarantulas. There is a lot of chaff on the board. This is like a really chaff-heavy game. So yeah, once again, I really think that's one way Sako can get back into this game, but the health discrepancy is really big.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay. Now that's a nice move from Sako, going for the Wasp at the same turn.
He has to place his spell as well. Hasn't placed it yet. Missile, moving it to the middle. Okay, so that Wasp Swarm gonna get pretty owned here, thankfully. I mean, it'll kill some Wasps, but... See a Sentry Missile from Tungdil as well. Sako going for a bubble. Places his Wasp Swarm, which I think will battle some Fangs and some Wasp and ultimately lose.
Now let's see.
Ooh, that missile was so good. It killed, like, actually an insane amount of chaff on the right. But honestly, Sako just tons of Tarantulas. No problemo, but it looks like he is losing that left main side.
And spiders are just not able to really chaff there in time from the looks of it. You've got crawlers trickling in. The spiders are shooting them, but it's just not enough to get these locks. And
yeah,
the sabers are zooming in.
Yep, temp speed every round, kind of keeping parity with the speed specialist. And yeah, man, I think we need high explosives on the tarantulas. Just we also need more DPS though. I don't know, man. I think Sako really needs this unit reinforcement. Or I guess do we already have it? We didn't, right? That was the Wasp Swarm this turn.
No, we didn't.
Okay,
yeah,
so we have a 50-50.
6 or 7. Yep.
Okay, Sako really needs it. He's got 1k HP. Okay, it's here. Phoenixes. It's always Phoenix, right?
I guess it has to be. Well, never mind. Going to
He's
be the
selling
Vulcan.
it, right? No.
He could go for like a Vulcan turn with the oil, which I guess is what he's going to do. But oh boy,
beep beep.
Leveled. I don't see how Sako is killing this.
All right, 07 for Sako.
I'm gonna keep it real.
Yeah, I think
if you
Lady
can't kill the
Windig...
level 2 sabers, then I don't think you can kill a level 2 truck.
Exactly. Lady Windig gonna be winning here. Looks like they've traitorously voted on 301 here.
EU.
No. Sounds like you're just saying EU to me. Gross.
Hey man, it's war. Like, everything's allowed, even the dirty tricks.
Everything's fair, or whatever. Ain't no way, man. Ain't no way. I mean, like, the car always lives. Let's just say that much for now, right? So he's always dealing the 500.
I mean, the worst part of this is the oil will land, but not even get lit on fire because the truck is just blocking the Vulcan.
Like, we can start to cope. We can be like, hey, look, the car's lost a quarter of its HP, but the reality is you're not dealing that other 75%.
Yeah, like your units are just slowly dying as the rest of the army is killing stuff. Although, right side will get a debuff.
Oh my god.
But
guys, Rooster is coping. Can you hear this?
I mean, hey, look, like, we got the debuff. We can tally the damage and then see if it's anywhere near 350k, and no, it's not. So, you know, Tungdil here making the right move, going for the classic gutshot play, and that will be enough to secure a win on round 6 versus the 501 Legend.
All right, Sako 1-1 so far. We don't know if Tungdil won his first game or not, but yeah, possibly off to a 2-0 here is Tungdil.
And is this... Okay, look, is this red hair versus blue hair that I'm spotting?
That'd be funny. Where is this?
It's the 4th game.
Oh, it is. The Battle of the Hairs.
The 5th game now, yeah. I think that could be a nice one to spectate, because it is round 1.
Yeah, we're going.
Oh, we get into it immediately. Such timing, such production value, such MAG1.
Nice. Love it. Which hair will
Here
be supreme?
Fang versus blue hair. Of course, Fang the winner of the previous season, mind you. So, I mean, we all love Sako, but this guy, if you like 201, you should be watching.
Yeah, no, this will be hype. We've already got a speed specialist here, really aggressive. We got a missile spec here, so aiming to missile, possibly those marksmans. We'll see how blue hair is going to navigate that.
And I have to say, blue hair has been looking really strong lately. I don't know if it's me, but man, I have had horrible games into him, and he just looks so powerful, like king of tempo in some of the games.
Oh yeah, definitely agree with that. Really aggressive stuff here. We've seen in the MAG1 League, these Arclights really high up, leading the way. He is doing some micro adjustments. The Marksman's, though, really far back. I have to mention, Blue Hair has like the weirdest strategies. So looking at the positional difference between the Tarantulas and the Marksmans, I'm like kind of not surprised, but also kind of like confused on why they're so far apart. He
Okay, well,
does
he
not run
heard you.
assault. Yeah, I don't know. Like he likes to play behind the tower, so that's why I'm even bringing it up. I'm just curious. Okay, he's backing it up. Okay, okay. Now it's just like a proper defense.
I would be kind of surprised if Blue Hair keeps playing spiders here, because it's not a unit I associate with this play at all. Like,
Yeah,
Vulcans with Incendiary, yes. Wraith, yes. Spider, not so much.
definitely agree. You don't see it every day. Also, he's speed spec, so the spiders are charging in, but I think the ball's not going to get any locked. Although, look at that right-hand side ball coming in.
That's fantastic. Going to yield a tower debuff as well in round 1, and you have to imagine that should secure the round win here for Fang.
We'll see how much damage we're going to get during the debuff here. The timer is ticking down. We're killing the spider. 2 seconds left. 10,000. That's pretty good for a round 1.
That's not too bad.
Ooh, the balls get the hero status.
Yep. 23k damage dealt.
Yep, that's just a visual thing, guys, just so you know. But just to highlight, like, which unit is currently just wrecking.
And it's wrecking, but the silver lining for Blue Hair is that it didn't level. Like, that could have been real bad. But
Yeah.
hey, I did say, I don't think this guy's going to play spiders. Yeah, here we have it. The classic Blue Hair Wraith.
Ooh, we got some real insight betting now. Habsburg coming in. We had Illuminati as well, a player in this 32, but Habsburg also coming on in, perhaps got his eyes on that insight leaderboard, which will ultimately yield some cash games. So you do certainly want to get up there. Oh, we've got some other bettors as well. Yeah, I guess we've got some real numbers there. I guess maybe people have clued into what we're watching.
And I mean, going back to the game, I don't see how Fang's going to be winning this round. He didn't buy any anti-air, so that's just a default win for Blue Hair, which is insane when you're into Wraith. You love picking up that free rounds just to start kind of working on that EXP threshold.
And the missile coming through as well, right? That's his specialist, I think. Yeah, only used one of his 2 missiles. So yeah, you're down the missile. You let the Wraith just get massive experience here. You know, you slow down that ball, snowball. So yeah, pretty strong move.
Well, there's not going to be a snowball this round. Instead, it'll be the Wraith taking over and happily gobbling up all of that experience.
Yeah,
we might get a level,
nice,
though, on the steel ball. Yeah, we do. That tower level will secure it. So, not the worst for Fang, but it does always feel a little bit bad when you're just feeding a Wraith this much experience, and it even levels.
Yeah, that is insane. He's a speed specialist as well, so that Wraith is going to be all over the place with the haste module even. Very excited to see how he reinforces that. And speaking of which, those Fangs could be some nice protection.
Quad Fang, we saw it earlier. It's hard to pass.
Fang doing it, though. Phantom Ray picked up. I mean, that's good DPS against that Wraith.
Yeah, Phantoms are really, really useful against Wraith. They're like too tanky for the Wraith to kill, and they've got the DPS to back it up. Raiden has been offered, though, in the very same unit drop. And of course, Quad Fang can stall Phantoms for a long time if the chaff clear isn't adequate.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. Phantoms for both players looks like asymmetrically placed, like both players keeping them away from each other. I am really interested to see how the Wraith is going to be defended, because that Phantom Ray ain't doing much. Okay, here comes a crawler. 2 crawlers. All right, that's the respect I wanted to see, because I think this Wraith is like incredibly relevant here for Blue Hair. 3 Fangs, 3 crawlers even. He's like going all in on the left.
Yeah, curious to see how this pans out. Now, the thing about Blue Hair, and I love this about his play right now, is he really understands what his specialist is good at, right? It's not good at defending because you can't use that bonus speed. What it does do real well is pressure the other tower because you know that your units will get there faster and then also will be able to move around the map quicker to kind of join back with the main army. Now, of course, as I say that on this round, there is no main army left, it's all dead, but that is kind of the idea here.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. By the way, the debuff here for Blue Hair was terrible. He got 0 out of it. Meanwhile, 12,000 here for Fang Fang. Just the tower dynamics not working out at all.
Yeah, well, look, sometimes you can study all you want, you get the theory down, and then you go into the field, and it's completely different. That's kind of what that round felt like for Blue Hair, I must imagine.
Yeah, definitely true. Really like the shield airdrop here, given the sort of 360-degree nature of this game. It can really reinforce that Wraith push, as you know, your chaff is now protected for a small period. Not that there's been any attempt to defend it, but yeah, we'll see. Nobody picked it up. Deployment modules for both. Interesting.
I like that play here for Fang Fang. Going to try and pull the enemy units backwards a bit with that crawler on the flank. And then that should allow him to kind of get to the tower quicker and have a similar round to the last one.
I do quite like that. Until a mobile beacon comes out, that's just really efficient. Like the debuff dynamics is really important. We see there's 3 fortifications in the entire game, right? So only Fang Fang not caring about his right tower for now, which is a little bit ballsy, but yeah, probably eventually coming down.
Love these plays though. Look at that. We've got range on the arc lights, 2 really late ones being placed for Fang Fang as he knows he'll be pulling back most of the bigger units, and this allows the arc lights to kind of clear the chaff.
It's really interesting. Hero Phantom Ray coming on in.
The pull
It's crazy, man.
Created this situation where now the Wraith wants to go to the middle, and so the left tower is under way less pressure.
Yeah, it worked out amazingly. Did 35,000 damage during that debuff. Here comes I think it's a 7-second debuff here. And I'm not sure Blue Hair is going to get too much. Oh, 40k. Pretty dang good. The Phantom just owning, though. Here they come, battling each other, but the debuff going to seal the deal.
Overall, a much better round for Blue Hair. This time around, he got the debuff when his Wraith was ready to engage Fang Fang's army, but still kind of falls a little bit short there.
Interesting drops here. Like the air game is a big part of it. Wraiths
It's
kind of
hard to pick Wasp, right? Yeah, like unless you
Yeah.
want to somehow get into like range AA Wasp, which is a thing, but it's a little risky. And instead, players just gonna go for the Vulcan for Fang Fang and the Overlords for Blue Hair. I was expecting the Overlords, but the Vulcan is a little surprising to me.
I felt that the Wasp was pickable for Blue Hair, but because he needs the DPS, I think he's right. Like that blue Vulcan, you're gonna be so happy you went the boats once you see that.
And even goes for that ground cannon tech.
Yeah, that's nice.
Quad
That tower
marksman
is
pickup.
really important here. Do we have Wasp Summon? We do have it. The mothership tech on the boats, so potentially down the road could be quite important. Here they come. Gonna
Marksman
completely own.
will lock the boats instantly and the Wraith too.
Yeah, that is pretty big. The tower debuff needs to be like right now, or we're gonna lose one boat. Oh, the tower.
That's a surprisingly good round for Fang Fang. Able
Oh
to
my
get rid of all
God.
the units, and I did not expect that tower to live.
Look at the marksman DPS on the left there, over 100k. Like they just cleaned up. They did more than the boats, which had way more investment.
quick pickup here for both players. Laser sight for blue hair.
Yeah, this EMP looks really good. Don't know how good the laser sight will be, but certainly fine to have. I'm surprised we're leveling up these crawlers, by the way. That's kind of cool. Level 3 crawler on the right here. I would just missile that forever. But I guess bubbles can come down, but just do a late missile.
Yeah, it looks like that would be worthwhile. Even probably able to slow down some of those steel balls would help a lot. We're going to go for the oil instead there for blue hair. I like that as well. And Fang going to be going in deeper into the Vulcan play, even going for that best partner tech, which is going to spawn 2 more marksmen here at the start of the round.
I would have never expected this game to turn into a situation where it makes sense to do Vulcan marksman.
Yeah, me neither.
It's crazy. There's even arc lights with range. Like this is so weird. Do you have a feeling for who's winning?
I don't know. I felt like blue hair was in a really good spot, but last round went completely different from what I had imagined. We do have the wasp this turn, so perhaps that'll allow blue hair to kind of get in, but he will get EMP'd, slowed down, and lose techs at the same time, which is a little bit rough.
He at least oils Fang's attack here, but I feel like it's not going to be enough. And that Vulcan is really tanky. I mean, even if you did have ground cannon, not really enough. There is so many marksmen. The Vulcan has just enough time to burn up those remaining crawlers, and now the marksman should be getting those crucial shots. And down goes the tower to seal the deal. And yeah, I mean, I think Fang's ahead. And certainly on HP, there's no doubt there.
Exceptionally strong performance so far. Blue hair hasn't really been able to make a dent in Fang's hit points apart from one of those early rounds, and we get another EMP here, I believe.
Yeah. It's it doesn't do a lot, but it doesn't do nothing. Good if he bubbles though, that's for sure. Photon coming out. He says, I don't want this to happen again. Pretty expensive. I guess the tank value is nice, though. Wasp with range coming out. I think it's good, but you just need to not have them die to the Wraith.
Man, the bluff here from Fang is just something else. Like, not picking the EMP, probably even expecting that photon to get clicked, and yeah, kind of getting rewarded here for it, maybe. The Wasp play, I mean, range is nice, but you might need the AA as well before it really starts to shine.
Yeah, I agree. There's still nice chaff, though. Another thing I like about Fang's play, by the way, is that he gave up the ball on the right. He says, you know, if you're going to put oil there and you're putting everything on the left, I'm just going to defend the left with everything. And you certainly see that with the blue wasps. Look how much useless stuff is over on the right-hand side for blue hair, thinking he needs to defend properly when there's just a few arc lights and crawlers there.
It is something else, this game right now from Fang. I mean, I love the way that he's playing this. Gonna get the insta-locks on the Wraith on that right side boat, and I mean, this is looking dominant defensively from Fang.
Just an iron wall here, just incredible. And he still has so many plays available to him. We talked about the aerial specialization on the Wasp. That's just going to be crazy DPS output, extra range, extra prioritization. And then, you know, when the right side cascades, we still have long range snipers. So it feels like he's kind of just winning on all fronts at this point.
I will say that right side, kind of little pack of units from blue hair, did a great job of mitigating the damage taken. That Vulcan, though, 1 hit point left. It can't be much more, but that will still account for 350 additional damage here and send blue hair down to 499 hit points.
Pretty low, that's for sure. Technically, 1 Titan would kill him. Ooh.
Triple Mustang.
What are you thinking here? Like balls versus nasty. Mustangs? Yeah, balls versus Mustangs.
Honestly, yeah. That's a good shout. If he has the armor tech, which he doesn't, but that would have been really nice against the Vulcans too.
Dude. How do you not run armor on your balls?
I mean, it could link them.
Yeah, you could. You could. It would be strong, actually.
It's a little scary because he still has many rounds to go if he is to complete this comeback, but
Yeah.
it's a relatively cheap tech, and 120% hit points is a significant amount.
Oh my god, we're buying more men. That's crazy. That's all we need, apparently.
The problem, though, I guess the Wraith should be able to clear the Wasp, but man, you've got to be a little bit antsy about potential AA.
Let's go. We're linking. Where are they all at? I'm trying to find them. So yeah, they're all behind the boats. Okay, all left side. They will be linked together, right? The Gigalink.
Yeah, if some of them slow down because of chaff and the likes, they might be able to kind of join forces.
Yep. And we're summoning Wasp as well, by the way. That was really expensive. Was that actually worth it? That's what, 700 to summon 15 Wasps? And I don't know if you'll get the second batch or not.
I don't like it at all. You know that Mustang was offered too, so
Right?
kind of going deeper into the Wasps on a round that there is a high probability of Mustang being picked seems dodgy, but let's see.
Yeah, for sure. We have some balls left. They're mostly all linked up. We are killing that Giga Vulcan that's been oh so difficult to take care of. Right side, though, starting to get reinforced by Fang. Fang is going to get some pressure on that right tower, but it looks like the left is falling for blue hair. And yeah, just another outright win for Fang, and I think he's going to close the game out here.
Looking
Nice.
strong.
Good insight rewards, by the way.
On form. Yeah, plenty of people bet on that game, so lovely stuff.
No doubt. That's going to actually get people kind of accelerated as they build up their insight, which did start from 1 today.
And let's have a look. Okay, so Sako, I think, is in the queue right now because I don't see him on ladder. There is a game between Tungdil and Fang, who immediately found another game, so that could be interesting.
Yeah, I guess we go for that. Very nice. Great timing here. Tungdil votes on himself. All right, he's interested. His biggest backer is himself for now. Oh, Win Big took it over. Now the biggest backer.
And by the looks of it, we've seen some aggressive games, but this seems to me like it'll just be a long-range game.
Yeah. Looks like it. Really standard stuff. Maybe a little bit of interesting micro optimizations here. Like 4 marksmen. Like 1 crawler, 1 marksman. With a super late crawler is like a little bit novel here from Fang, I'd say.
Not something you see every day. I kind of like it, though, into the Sledgehammers and the Arc Lights. You know that there's a lot of beefy things on Tungdil's board, so having that additional DPS should help.
Yeah, I mean, the chaff is gone now, so having the 4 marksmen just pick everything apart is nice. We're running out of sledges, though. But I think the marksman got it. So yeah, maybe 1 crawler was all you needed.
Looking good. And the other nice thing for Fang is that he'll be able to start scaling his marksman, get ahead on those levels, which makes it hard for Tungdil to go into marksman as well. Obviously, he is a marksman spec, so he will have at least the 1 orange man, but this could be significant down the line.
Yeah, I like that point. I think that's something really interesting about round 1 deployments is thinking about the experience economy, especially when things just transpose, right? Like you end up on the same build eventually anyways. It's just a sequencing of like crawlers first versus marksman's first. And yeah, certainly here it seemed like it not only helped him win, but as you said, picking up more experience.
Now, Fang going to go for Fangs on round number 2.
Yeah,
which
very
I
far
guess
forward.
can help a little bit with chaff clear, but I am somewhat concerned about the additional crawlers that have been added for Tungdil, because Sledgehammers, they do well into like 2 crawler packs, but
yeah,
don't ask them to deal with more than 3.
The fangs will like kill some crawlers, but yeah, I agree. I'm kind of curious to see how this plays out. It doesn't look like anything's gonna get scammed. Both players positioning quite well. I mean, one sledgehammer got picked off early too, but yeah, I don't know. I guess it's looking kind of good for Tungdil, like you said.
Yeah, Tungdil with great positioning, as you highlighted. That orange man is in prime position to get insta-locks onto the sledgehammer packs, and because of that, left side crumbles for Fang Fang, and I think Tungdil able to make good use of his power spike turn, and orange man will lead his army to victory.
Yeah. I think we got to wait for that Typhoon Specialist before Fang Fang is going to catch up. I mean, this is just... He's just got the better composition at this point. Like, once you add those crawlers, those 4 marksmen just don't look good anymore. Ooh, 4 hounds. That is pretty sweet. The Scorpion is looking incredible. It's kind of interesting how it's like lined up with the Orange Man, by the way. He's like, I'm not afraid of you. And maybe rightly so.
It's a chonker. 67k hit points. Even a level 3 marksman will struggle to get through that efficiently.
Yeah, 10 shots to take down that blue Scorpion with the Orange Man, which is about 30 seconds if you do the math. So certainly a long time to kill there, ranging the arc lights. And give me your thoughts on these hounds here. Like, do you think that was the right move?
Yeah. I don't know. I think the range on the arc lights here is fine. I'm not sure about the hound play though.
Yeah, I think it's okay. I think it's especially good early. Maybe it falls off.
He is running the incendiary bomb on them, so that could just be a click down the line. I would like to see him go into different chaff gear though, because Hound isn't really known to perform that well with things like range as your main chaff gear.
Yeah, especially in a long range battle. So
yeah, that's the key bit here.
Yeah. I'm curious to see if the Orange Man can do anything here against the Scorpion.
Might need to add some Stormcallers here. Tungdil, once he sees that Scorpion.
Yeah, he knows where it is now.
Yeah, he has
it's
the one in the
on.
middle.
Yo, we got the lock. We got the lock. Pretty big. Still have some crawlers streaming in. I don't think the Scorpion's really going to punch through because there's still, you know, the sledge on the middle he's got to push through, and then the other sledge. Oh my god, I think we're actually killing it.
Yeah, that Scorpion is getting awfully distracted. It has tanked for a long time though, but doesn't really seem to come to anything here for Fang Fang, as he'll be losing the right side and then, yeah, lose the battle on the left as well.
Kind of a lot of damage, honestly. I'm not sure this one will be a long game.
You've got additional deployment slots, so if it does go long, we'll see a lot of units for both players. Fang Fang does get access to his power spike turn, with the Typhoon now showing up.
Yeah, that's true. That's nice. You mentioned another storm, and yeah, that's positioned to win the left side, which will help kill the Scorpion. I think something crucial here is that Fang Fang needs to not have the Orange Man lock his Scorpion. I kind of just think he shouldn't have positioned it on the same column as the Orange Man.
It's a little bit awkward because Fang Fang went for that triple Fang turn, but arc lights definitely would have done, or not arc lights, crawlers would have done a lot better, I think, into this army. Able to get in front of your important units and just function a bit better here in terms of chaff, because there's only still that one crawler pack on Fang Fang's board.
I agree with that, yeah. The arc's got levels for Fang Fang. That's really nice into the hounds. The Typhoon positioning confuses me greatly. Why is that even on the board? Sell it.
Yeah, I don't know either. Typhoons in standard just always look terrible to me. The Stormcallers will be very happy to shoot at them this round.
Like, I'm sure it looks smarter if there's no storm there, but I don't know. I still found it kind of weird. Like, I always just sell the Typhoon.
They got rid of like a crawler pack, you know.
I mean, okay, they got stuck on an arc light and then helped kill the crawler. Yeah,
it's not much, but it's something.
Yeah. Marksman still being pretty good, but the arclight levels are helping a lot. Going from white to blue on arclight levels is just crazy. And honestly, like I'm sure he has elite marksman. Yeah, this could really change the game actually.
Carry Arclight? That would be something I haven't seen in a while. Oh my days. What is that? Is that an additional deployment slot into efficient light manufacturing? Oh, these are so fun, these games. I'm already looking forward
Yeah.
to this.
And they both have it. You can see that in their little UI panels at the bottom. Additional deployment gives you one more placement per turn, and then they're 50 cheaper for the light units. And everybody's already buying light units, right? So we're gonna have flooded boards. I can imagine like storms with fire could eventually come out. It is gonna be pretty crazy.
You can just flood the board in small units here, and yeah, these are just some of the most enjoyable games to play whenever you get your hands on this combination. It's just so much fun to buy all these small different units and kind of build the comp that you want.
It looks like Fang wants to be adding sledges here. Going up to 3 now. I suppose there's no counter, right? Like there's no scorpions or anything. There's a lot of marksmen, and eventually they'll clear them. But yeah, he just wants to have like I think he wants to protect his arc lights, basically.
I like it a lot. Something like field maintenance could be exceptionally powerful into these like arc lights and storm callers, just units in general that don't enjoy shooting at sledges too much and could force a response out of Tungdil.
Yeah, we'll see how they do. A little bit of extra chaff clear as well. We got a beacon distracting those storms here. We have gone up to 3 storms. They're a really, honestly, important part of this army. And once again, man, the orange man, who is the hero right now, shooting the hero of the scorpion. This has just been so unfortunate. I mean, I still think the scorpion is nice and maybe not worth it to sell, but this just keeps happening, man.
It does look like it'll go down, but at the same time, it's tanked for such a long period of time that the Arclights have just gotten everything they needed, and they will be clutching another round for Fang.
Seems like all he needed was his Typhoon, like, the cell eventually, and then that's when he stabilized. I mean, I also think that the Arclight levels were quite a real part of that. Anyways, unit reinforcements here, round 6. Wasp and Phoenix, definitely nice options.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you can go for here. Like, Wasp is obviously annoying for both players to deal with. We're going to go hackers for Tungdil. We mentioned it earlier on in the broadcast, but here we go. He is a hacker enjoyer. Quad hacker with range into those sledgehammers, and it's not too bad into the arcs either.
Yeah, quite like this. I mean, of course, they're a strong light unit, right? They're kind of decently deployment efficient. Oh, there's the elite marksman. Let's go. He's got 3 level 3s, and all the rest are blue. So, I mean, I think it's pretty justified here. Giving them the extra range, going to keep them away from the hackers a little bit. And the Mustang's being added, by the way. So in case that Tungdil went Wasp, he went for Mustangs, basically. But Mustangs are also really helpful against finishing off whatever the hacker steals, and eventually you could also intercept the Stormcallers if that becomes a greater part of Tungdil's army.
Having Mustangs on the board in general just becomes awfully nice as an asset for your army in the long game. And
yeah,
well, with the threat of Wasp becoming more and more real, it's a good thing that he went for it here. We'll have to see if they can perform though, because they've got no techs as of yet, so they might just fall before they can get rid of the Wasps.
Dude, this Scorpion might get hacked. I can't believe it. Oh my god,
oh, no.
Traitor. It's a traitor. It still has the red aura, but it should. And it goes down. Arclight now hero on the right, but the hacks are coming in. There's so many hackers. Can they get the job done, though? There's Phoenixes. Do we have anti-air? Yes, we do.
Yeah. 2 marksmen. So it looked like the hackers, or at least half of them, were struggling for a bit there, but 2 definitely able to perform, able to take over that Scorpion, take over some high-level Arclights, and Tungdil now starting to kind of strike back yet again.
Oh my gosh. This is crazy. They can deploy 5 things per turn with
They could have had free chaff. There was another efficient light.
Oh, I missed that. Oh my god. Okay. What the heck? That was crazy.
Didn't
no matter
go
what
for
you pick.
though.
Yeah. Okay. I like what they chose, by the way. But yeah. I don't know. Do I like
Oh,
what I chose? I don't know. It's
siege
crazy.
mode Scorpion? I really thought he would just sell it, but gonna make use of that massive range advantage, which now that I think about it again, I kind of like it.
Me too, because like it got hacked last time. It's been getting sniped by the marksmans the whole game. So this should surely keep them safe, right? Now, did we need them to tank? I don't think so, right? I think they're like better
No.
as damage dealers.
Yeah, this seems fine. I mean, honestly, you might just want to have like your chaff be the tanks. Like sell out the sledgehammers, which is what he's doing, and then just utilize the fangs, the crawlers, and the mustang as your
Yeah.
front line.
Yeah, I think I agree. There's no way it's good to keep the sledges, right?
No, I mean, of course he's kind of forced to because it's hard to sell, but
Dude, those scorpion hits were sweet. We killed 3 stormcallers right off the bat with 1 volley. I think basically all the volleys have been good. And this is just a cluster, man. Like, it's kind of hard to tell who's winning.
that oil play is clumping Tungdil's units so much. The splash from the scorpions is gonna hit very nicely. And right side, though, kind of struggling. Arclight's so tanky. It takes a while to take over for that level 1 hacker, but eventually it will do so. Mustang, or not Mustangs, Phoenix is in the correct spot, though, to take it over.
The Phoenix has been quite nice. So it looks like Fang's keeping up the tempo here. And I think something really noteworthy is the Arclights keep gaining levels, right? So, like, with that elite marksman tech, they're just scaling out of control. Ooh, the oil on the battlefield with the fire spell. We're going to see some crazy bubbles. I mean, okay, sure, it's on the hackers, but that's not enough. You need to stop the connection, right? If the fire connects with the oil, then the oil also gets lit on fire. So I want at least like a bubble on top of it.
Yep. I think that is going to be crucial for the outcome of this round. And with both players sitting around 1700, it could only take one round such as this with spells involved to end it. So doesn't look like Tungdil is going to be shielding right now, though. Only has 200 left in the bank. Could
Yeah.
still loan.
It's like all you have to do is cover the connection, right? And
Yep.
I think there would be no timing issue. Like, do you think the Scorpion would like instantly kill the bubble? Like, I don't think so.
Nah, no way. No way.
Yeah.
I mean, it deals 26k. Okay, well, it deals more damage than I thought it would. So maybe it does, but well, they put a crawler up front. Come on! Oh, no shield. What? He shielded the right side. No.
Okay, so there's gonna be fire. The question is, does it matter? I assume it does. I mean, all the hounds will die. Maybe to do any of the hackers burn? I mean, maybe a little bit.
They were walking forward quite a bit. I mean, they were getting stuck in the oil last round, so by that same token, they should get stuck in the fire.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay,
Well,
yeah, not feeling good here.
What?
Wait, what? It bugged?
What?
I mean, maybe that's not a no. It's a bug. I literally see fire.
I see fire on the oil.
Yeah. All right. Well,
oh my days. All right. Well, I mean, Tungdil thanking his lucky stars there that this somehow didn't connect. That is insane. Okay.
Kind of a big deal. Is he gonna win anyways, though? These Arclights, man, have scaled so crazily. And I think that's game.
It looks like it doesn't matter after all, and Fang will simply win. It was looking really dominant for Tungdil for a bit, but man, that Siege Mode Scorpion play really turned things. What a fun game.